Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today titled Ex-Wife Left for a Fun Guy and Now She is 43, alone, and can't pay rent. So this is another one of those stories that is absolutely hilarious, guys, where you have a woman who needs some more excitement in her life, okay? Her husband is boring. He's stable, but he's a boring guy. And the itch to go out there and chase Chad, right? Chase some exciting man has once again returned. Just by the way, when women do this, please understand they are usually cheating on their husbands before they leave. But I do find it very damn funny when they do leave and they can no longer pay rent and they break down crying and they demand the husband back. So before we jump into today's story, guys, don't forget to go and check out my second channel. This is something I have been mentioning a lot on the intros of these videos. If you are interested in seeing some of the TikTok reaction videos that I used to do here on this channel, for the time being, I'm going to be posting them to a second channel, and I'm only going to be doing one a day since I dislike the women over there so damn much, and they make me have aneurysms every time I listen to them. So if that interests you, make sure you go and check out the link in the pinned comment to the second channel. So with all of that being said, let's jump into today's story, guys. It is a 45-year-old man. And it says a 45-year-old man reflects on how his ex-wife left him for a more quote-unquote exciting man during a midlife crisis, only to find herself broke, lonely, and facing eviction, years later. He, on the other hand, built a better life and he never looked back. So first of all, I just want to point out how funny this is, okay, guys? Like, as a man, I don't understand the appeal of women wanting an exciting person. We as dudes, guys, like, if you're going to describe a woman, okay, exciting is not really something that makes men interested. Women will oftentimes throw around these days, guys, like they're independent and they're ambitious. And it just does nothing for men whenever I hear those words. Same thing with exciting. If anything, guys, a woman who's exciting, a bit of a red flag in my opinion, right? But you have women who have been married for so long, man, and they just need excitement. Just such a strange thing to think about personally. Maybe I'm the weird one, but exciting is certainly a weird thing to chase, isn't it? Not for women, though, it seems. So it says, so referring to his point of view here, I'm a 45-year-old man. My ex-wife, who is now 43, and I were together for 14 years. Holy hell, she threw that away. Married for 10 years. So they were together for 4 years, and then he proposed, and then they got married for 10. Maybe they were together for 3, and then the engagement took some time. I don't know. We met young. We built our lives together slowly, and eventually we got married once our careers were stable. She worked in retail, and I run a small IT firm. Okay, so translation, he makes the majority of the money, right? He runs a small IT firm, so he manages it, he owns it probably, and she works in retail, which could be one of a different number of things. He says, we were not flashy, but we lived a good life. We traveled once or twice a year, and we had a decent lifestyle. But around year 8 of the marriage, she started getting antsy. She wanted adventure, said that life was too predictable. I tried to be more spontaneous, weekend trips, dance classes, new experiences, but it wasn't enough. Then came the twist. A 32-year-old guy named Darren, who worked with her, tattooed into motorcycles, DJ'd on the weekends. No long-term girls, but he made her laugh and feel alive again. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys, about laughter and women feeling alive again. This is just translation for he was attractive. Like I see all of these things about how, oh, you just have to make a woman laugh, guys. And you have to convince her to like you with your charisma. Okay. But really, very little charisma is needed when the man is attractive. Okay, guys, like women say this crap all the time. Oh, he has to have a good personality. He has to be charismatic. And the dudes they date are complete a-holes, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so funny to me when women say that good personality is a requirement. I just think that is the funniest thing I've ever heard, man. Oh, yeah, sure. You're with this guy for his fantastic personality. Okay. The thing is, guys, women will get with men for the long term right? For the long term, because of personality. Because what that means is the man is generous. He's a nice man. You know, he's going to provide and care for her. But as far as just going out there and hooking up with a dude on the first night, do you really think that these women are looking at dudes' personalities? It's a complete joke. And these are the guys that the women want the most, right? This is why they don't respect their husbands, because they don't even want their husbands. The husbands are just there because the husbands can pay bills, unfortunately, a lot of the times. It's very sad, but that's the way it is these days. One night she hit me with it. She said, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." Yeah, so she doesn't like you. I knew something was up. 2 weeks later, she moved out and she moved in with Darren. Just like that, 15 years gone, like it meant nothing. No cheating, she admitted to, but we all know how that usually goes. Yeah, so it's good to see that this guy has actually wisened up. Yes, she was absolutely cheating the entire time. Especially, guys, women move on very quickly because they have people there already when the relationship is over. You know, this was already pre-decided, okay? He says, I was devastated. I took some time off work. I grieved, and then I got serious about rebuilding. I did the gym, but, you know, met with friends, focused on the business, and eventually moved to a new part of town for a fresh start. Okay, so fantastic, right? A lot of these guys in these stories, they're doing the correct thing. It's a shame, really, that dudes will, you know, it'll require a lot of pain for men to return to hitting the gym, for example, or doubling down on their business. But, you know, oftentimes, again, the women tend to get in the way of this crap too. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women say they really help their husbands build up their businesses. But there are a lot of women out there, guys, who are straight up a hindrance to men. You know, you remove a lot of these wives, and unfortunately for the men, their life becomes significantly easier. You know, you would hope if you had a wife that your life would become less stressful and you would be able to focus more on your business because she's supportive. But that's actually not usually the way it goes. I'm not saying that's always the way, but yes, let's continue. Within a year, they broke up. I heard from mutual friends, excuse me, that Darren wasn't who she thought he was. Apparently, he could not hold a job. He had debt and wanted to party every weekend. Shocking, I know. After that, she floated from one short-term fling to another. Meanwhile, I was doing great. My business expanded. I started dating again. This time, women who appreciated consistency and growth, right? So they had no issue with this guy being a boring dude. Quote unquote boring, mind you. So a few months ago, out of nowhere, I got a message from her. After 4 years of silence, she said she missed what we had. She didn't realize how her life was good until things fell apart. Then she dropped the real reason that she was reaching out. She says, I'm kind of in a tight spot right now. Rent has gone up and I just lost hours at work. I wouldn't normally ask, but you've always been kind. He said, I didn't respond. This is exactly what you should do, guys. Fantastic. He didn't even respond. Again, I think these women should be blocked, so they shouldn't even have the ability to message you. Block their number, block their Facebook, block all of their social media, right? Because eventually these text messages do come, right? If you're a stable guy, you work on yourself, you do things correctly, you work on your career, you will absolutely get messages like this. You will get those, hey, stranger messages. You know, oh, hey, we haven't talked in a long time. Can we meet up for coffee? Can we have a talk? No. The answer should absolutely be no. You can answer however you want, guys, but my recommendation to men would be absolutely not. So he didn't respond. She made her choice. She left the comfort, she left the loyalty and a solid future for fun. Now she's 43, renting a small place alone, no savings, no partner, and apparently no fallback. Absolutely fantastic end to the story, guys. You know, and these are the stories where I just don't feel sorry for the women at all. People are able to feel empathy for these women sometimes, but me personally, I think it's funny. I really do. I think it's absolutely hilarious, right? She wanted her fun. She wanted her excitement. Now her fun and excitement can come in the form of figuring out how the hell she's going to pay rent. I think that's perfectly deserved. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Again, don't forget to check out the second channel. I'm going to leave it linked in the pinned comment. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I will be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.